I think that meditation, in my experience anyway, it makes the membrane between the subconscious and the conscious mind a bit more thin. The arising symbolic mental formations that come into your consciousness that you then integrate or turn into a thought or to something that becomes meaningful. That stuff can pass through a lot easier, or should I say, perhaps you can see it from the witness mind with a lot more clarity through meditation. And also, of course, you know, without meditation, your mind is essentially like the untended garden where you have all of the fragments of everything you've experienced in your timeline up until the moment that you begin doing, looking inward. It's all there. It's all overgrown. It's wild. And that's why whenever people, for the first time, when they try and meditate or they even sit in silence, they do isolation tank, they come down to blue Morpho, whatever it is, they see inward one time and it really freaks them out because they're like, it's chaos in there. It's like, it's tons of thoughts. Everything's going in different directions. It's all wild. And that's typically whenever people think, oh, well, I'm not the type of person that should be looking inward. I'm not the type of person because look at what I just saw. But that's an interesting misapprehension because that first view into your inner life is the most important step in your path. It's opening the door, right? From there, and that's when you see the untended garden. That's like, well, of course it's overgrown. But now that you're there, then the work begins to, tend that garden, to pull out the weeds, to nurture the flowers, cut the grass, et cetera, et cetera. And then in time, you then work through everything that you've accumulated up until that point. Then you have a clearer playing field to work with. And of course, as long as we're living, there's going to be new things coming into us that will create things we need to work with, in our landscape. But by clearing that out, all of the chatter and the noise and the distraction, all that stuff you're able to let go of it. And in terms of creativity, that's a huge gift because you don't have to battle with that stuff while you're seeking for clarity and thought about what it is that you're creating or why that you're creating something.